And we've got a good one on tap between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'll be back at halftime to look at some of these stats and scores from Sunday's action. But for now, it's Monday Night Football. And to call the action, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the steel capital of the world, Pittsburgh, PA, at Heinz Field. This was the scene just a few moments ago as the Pittsburgh faithful were fired up by the hometown Steelers taking the field. They're all set as they'll match up with the Cincinnati Bengals. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, we look at this Steeler ball club entering play. They come in losers of 2 straight, so they're trying to right the ship here a little bit.
They're teetering a little bit, aren't they? And now things could really go south if they lose this game, so they understand the importance of playing well and stopping this streak.
Meanwhile, for the Bengals here, they were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays. Let's see if they can get that.
Come on, set. Set the in. Here I come. Here I come. Here I come. Here I come. Check, 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 check. He's coming on. He's coming. Go.
This is Joe Mixon, 4th in the NFL in rushing last season. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. 2nd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Give them 17 at a Cincinnati first down. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
But when you go from 2nd to 4 to 3rd and 3, that just tells you who won that battle on the last play, huh?
Yeah, first round went to the offense, 2nd round the defense.
You can't block me. You can't block me. You can't block me.
From the gun on 3rd down. Flowers. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. That's Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed. But they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. He's got his man, Boyd. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That's good for 28 yards.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Mixon with a 1st down carry. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here we go.
To throw on second down. Flowers. This one grabbed by A.J. Green. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 28. The numbers for Green in last week's ball game: 6 catches, 128 yards.
Look, I know everybody wants to be number 1 in everything they do, but he's number 2 in the league in receiving yards. That's a strong number, a strong year, and they want that to continue.
Now a first carry for Giovanni Bernard. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Off play action. Flowers. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking for John Ross that time. And it'll bring up 3rd down. He was all over that route defensively. Now, they had 2 picks last week as a unit. Couldn't quite grab that one.
Patience, Grasshopper. Patience. It's early in this game, but you like the fact that they're around the football early. They're going to be upset they didn't haul that one in, but at least they're there at the moment of truth to make a play on it.
By the way, where did the Grasshopper...
Let's go, let's go, let's go. 16th outlaw.
Throwing on first down. Flowers. And that's complete. It's Green here. Now Green, staying on the ground. Let's hope he's all right. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Let's go. Ready, ready. Let's bring it.
Now whistles and a flag, and I believe a Bengal got going a little early there. And that'll set him back 5.
Still first down.
Come on, set. 70 in. Come on. Here we go. Here we go. Cut up. Here we go. Let's go.
After the penalty, it's Mixon. He'll get 3 of those penalty yards back here, leaving him with a 2nd and 12.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
Ready, go. Switch.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Flowers flushed out right. He completes it to Boyd. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After one, a 14-3 ball game. And the Bengals on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Now whistles and a flag, and I believe a Bengal got going a little early there. That's going to set him back 5 yards.
Still 3rd down.
Well, that's a tough, costly penalty, because now it makes it 3rd and 6 after the false start. Operating from the gun. Flowers, incomplete. He had his hands on it, but couldn't pick it. But it's now...
Here we go. 10 Tucson. We ain't giving him nothing to do. Ready, go.
first down. Flowers. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. He was looking for his favorite target, A.J. Green, that time. And now it's second down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again. Flowers. And his throw is incomplete. Steven Nelson able to get a hand in coverage.
I would say it'd probably be a good idea for him to reintroduce himself to his receivers at the half because they're definitely on different wavelengths. But I also don't advocate waiting that long. Next series, before you get out there, hey, let's get together, guys. Let's get this thing moving.
He may try and run for this. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. Pretty solid gain of 7.
Keep playing hard, fellas. Oh, here we go. Set. There you base. Let's go. Watch 98. Watch 98. 98 for Mike. Watch the run. Watch the run. Set go. Watch 98. Watch 98. 98 for Set.
On 1st and 10. Flowers. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Ready.
To throw again. Flowers. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
But one thing's for sure, when you get a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. To throw on 3rd down. Flowers. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Steven Nelson. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. 3rd and long that time. He was trying to make some.
Down. 60 orange. Check 55 to Mike. Set hot for you. I'm coming after you. Hot, hot.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Got his man. It's Eifert. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. Now the Bengals on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 9. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Stephon Tuitt able to... sack.
Let's go now, let's go now, let's go now. 50, wait. Here I come, let's go.
To throw from his end zone. Flowers. He's got Green. And he's able to get this across the 10 before being taken down. 10 yards there and a Bengal first. The front office all smiles when the ink went dry on this new contract.
Not only them, how about the coaching staff? Because oftentimes the front office and the coaching staff may have different opinions about the value of a player. I think everyone was in sync on this one. He's a guy that they needed to keep.
And here's a throw taken in by Boyd. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Here's a 2nd and 7. That's complete to John Ross. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. 12 yards that time, and a Cincinnati first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Ready. Mike 55, Mike 55. Ready, go.
From the gun, Flowers. He gets this one to Boyd. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air, and sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Bud Dupree charging hard from that linebacker spot, and he drops him for a loss of 11. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Sliding out of the pocket. He's got a man, complete.
Let's go, boys, let's go.
And the young buck showing that ability, that agility to dance outside of the pocket, complete the deep ball.
And don't think for a second that the coaching staff didn't have their heart rate accelerate a little bit there, right? Anytime you have those young quarterbacks and they get outside of the pocket, you're just hoping that they make good decisions because so many things can happen that can go wrong when you throw it downfield like that. He got away with it there and in a big way.
False start, offense.
And maybe they were coming with a blitz that time, and it caused a jump.
I think if we saw it, you know that they saw it. Might have been a little discussion down there. Bad guys coming. Pick them up. And someone jumped.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. Steven Nelson able to get a hand in coverage.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. Tyler Boyd, the former Pitt Panther, was the target, but it'll be second and goal.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing.
He's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. Auden Tate, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals are able to draw a bit closer. That pass also evens the ledger for the rookie quarterback. Had the interception earlier, and now he gets the touchdown throw.
The ideal touchdown-interception ratio is what, 3-to-1 for the best quarterbacks? But he's a rookie, just getting back to even.
A final shot before break. Flowers. They'll roll him out right. That's complete to the tight end Sample. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started over at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta, where you see the final score there. Julio Jones, well over 100 yards receiving with 3 touchdown catches. From there, we're off to check out another game. And they were losers in that one to the visiting Tampa Bay Bucks. A 10-point victory in the end. 24-14, the final. Finally, let's get up to the place they call Titletown, Green Bay, Wisconsin, to see what's happening with the Packers. And they were winners as they defeat the visiting Philadelphia Eagles. Aaron Rodgers, excellent in the victory as his guys moved to 3-1 after 4 games. In the game you've been watching, it was Ben Roethlisberger who led the way offensively in the first half. His guys have the lead, as we'll hand it back over to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. 360 out block. Squeeze, get in there.
Throwing on first down. Flowers. Open man is Ross, complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Bud Dupree, his second sack of the night.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. First down. Flowers finding Green, complete. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down. Green last year had the lowest numbers of his career output-wise, 694 yards, 6 touchdowns. But, of course, there was a reason for that. He was battling a toe injury the second half of the season. And, boy, did the Bengals miss his presence. They limped to the finish line, losing 7 of their last 8. They are happy to have him back and healthy. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Let's see what you got. Shift, you're out.
Operating from the gun. Flowers. And the catch good. It's Eifert. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Off the play fake. Flowers. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Steven Nelson. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Green brings it in. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a first down. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
False start, offense.
Maybe anticipating a blitz, and they jumped.
Yeah, and if we saw it, you know that they saw it. The bad guys might have been coming on that play. Had to pick them up, and they jumped.
A false start backs them up 5, 1st and 15. From the gun, Flowers. He lets this one fly toward the... And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
Here we go. 60 Pittsburgh.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Caught Eifert over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Call that a very strong gain of 24. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
Not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the 4th. On 1st and 10, Flowers. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Flowers. This is caught. It's Boyd. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 31-yard line. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Flowers. Green with a catch left side. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
So now then, the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal.
Watch the wild, 64, weak.
From the gun. Flowers. That's complete right around the 8. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Out to his left. Looking for Boyd, and he's got him. Touchdown, Bengals. Tyler Boyd, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are back within a single score. Showed some of his improv skills there, getting flushed out of the pocket, but still able to make the throw for the score.
So that means he's not a method actor?
No.
Because with the improv...
Let's go now. 50, clear. Check. Ready.
They'll start here with a give to Mixon. And not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside, as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up 2nd down. And the trend continues here in the fourth like it was in the first, second, and third. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. The bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. Now, the Bengals on third down. Just a 20% success rate at 2 of 10. This is 3rd and 4. Operating from the gun. Flowers. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Boyd.
That's it, baby. Ready, ready. 15 lining, 15 lining. Check curl, check curl.
Throwing on first down. Flowers. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down. On first down, Flowers. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. The rookie from Michigan there defensively. That's Devin Bush making the play. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Flowers eluding the pressure right. He'll try and run it. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down. This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. From the gun. Flowers. Flushed out right. And Tate's got it. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. Charles, did I just hear that right? They declined the personal foul. 3 yards, they just declined them.
And I have to think that the official is thinking to himself, did I just hear that correctly, that you declined that one? All I can think of is that someone on the field got confused. Because it had to, because you're going to take the yards on that penalty each and every time.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Back to throw. Flowers. Open man, Erickson. That's complete. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Alex Erickson, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are an extra point away now from taking the lead here in the 4th.
I think if you polled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust, because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field, and that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
Down to the final play. That's where we win in this one, a dramatic finish. And I know that the field goal was going to be pretty long, but to not kick the field goal, at least take the chance to win there with 3, what did you think, partner?
You know that in pregame, as he warms up, the kicker gets with the special teams coach, and they figure out a number in both directions, all right, versus wind, no wind, if it's a possibility, whatever it is. And they give a number to the head coach. This is where I'm good from. Between here and here, maybe that wasn't the number he gave him today.
So for Cincinnati, it'll be a 500 start as the win gets them back to 2-2. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, they'll drop down to 1-3. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.